Ashim Yahusha Bashim Rakakadash Dwada Yahweh Dwada Yahweh Bashim Yahusha Shalaki Yahweh for your mercy as I cry. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai, Wada Yahweh, for your mercy all the time. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, for reply every time. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai, Wada Yahweh, for your mercy all the time. I love you, my Father, as you guide through the times. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai. Your love, my Father, is the best of all the time. I strive to give you the love that I can best do anytime. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai, Wada Yahweh, for your mercy as you guide. Kol Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh Shai. Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Obadiah Yahweh Kanan. And yep, back at you with a lesson that Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has allowed me to be so blessed as to bring forward. And I am so very grateful for this opportunity, as always, to bring out some truth and some love and some blessings from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I want to get straight into salutations to all of the Akim that are out on the highways and byways, as well as the Akim that are moving and just striving fortuitously through all of the processes and all of the consternation that we have been coming about and upon for quite some time now. And I want to also give my salutations and my utmost respect and admiration to the apostles who came out of the One West organization and formulated the Great Millstone. And there's been quite a bit of consternation surrounding various doctrines of understanding and misunderstanding. And I'm not going to belabor the point, nor am I going to pound on it, because I am under the understanding that the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has already predetermined how everything and everybody's going to move and going to do what they're going to do. They've already been predetermined to do this, and so I'm not going to beat on that in terms of where we're going, because I got a better lesson to go into. And as you saw with the title of the lesson, Yahweh declaring the end from the beginning, and the beginning from the end, basically. And of course, we're going to go to Isaiah chapter 46:10, and we're going to read that precept. And but we're going to address a few things, and as I usually do, because the Most High always gives me the blessing to bring a commentary to. Bring a commentary of reason and consciousness to the spirit of those that are of the elect. And this is where we need to address where we're going, okay, and how we're supposed to get there. and we have a lot to cover. I got precepts. I'm not going to try to make this too long because I know that this was relatively a short one from what the Most High has given me to perform this evening. So we're going to try to do that in the spirit of that. But let me say this first and foremost in terms of getting forward on everything that we're going to talk about. All right. Now, we're coming into a very strong and heavy period where we know that the Most High is using his left-hand side. Clearly, he's controlling all things. And in the left-hand side derivative of what he's doing, he's pushing his creation that he has made, which we know first and foremost as Esau, Edom, and they are the perfect wicked weapon that he has created. You cannot completely tell me that this is not what he has done. This is being permeated throughout the entire scriptures, all of the word, every portion, every book, every chapter. He clearly lets you know that his wicked weapon is his sword, okay? He uses his sword. He's been using Esau, Edom to kick our ass for thousands of years, and he doesn't change. Malachi chapter 3:6, you know this. So because you understand that this is what he does and how he does it, let's not get distracted, okay? Let's not get twisted. You, me, no one, not anybody, men of the Lord, or XYZ and the third, whatever you want to call yourself, you cannot change what Yahweh, the Father, has set in motion and put under the jurisdiction of his son, Yahawashi, and the power through the Holy Spirit and everything that's being moved in the direction it is. I went through this already and talked about the elect in terms of what Job represents, and I explained to you clearly, which is what I understood from studying under the men of the Lord who've been out here for decades doing this and talking about this. So it really comes real clear into the way this has to come down. If you do not know the principle and process and the breakdown of the scriptures that make sense, then you really are not in the truth. You are being used on the left-hand side. What? Okay, now, let's be clear, and I'm going to be really clear on this. If you're not using the sacred name completely in a full measure and completeness all around, then you're being used from the left-hand side of the Most High. You're employed on that side. This includes, and not limited to, any Israelite camps and organizations that are not following the strict guidelines and doctrines of the truth, and starting in first and foremost from the sacred name. Okay, if you can't get that right, or if you slight that, or if you use that off the cuff, and you do not bring this out in the way that is respectful and completely honorable and only honorable to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, then you are being used on the left-hand side. And you are considered to be an Ezekiel chapter 20, 38 rebel, and you will be dealt with. You're already been predetermined to be in that position. So when the SHTF hits, you know what it means. When it hits and the Most High comes in and clears the land and clears out who he's protecting, elect, hopefully elect, whatever you want to say you are, 2/3. When he takes those individuals of the election that are doing the work to the wilderness, you are going to get your ass whooped. Let's face it, because you're going to be deemed as rebels and you were not being appropriate when it was time. We're going to talk to Ezekiel chapter 20, and we're going to pull scriptures to validate this. You don't have to continue to beat these bug outs up, okay? They are, as we know, and anybody can tell, because you can smell them. You can smell them through the YouTube, and you can smell them through the internet. You can smell them through the social media, what they smell like, okay? And they smell exactly like wannabe, in the truth, offset individuals that are not operating on the right-hand side. They're operating from the left, okay? This is who they are. Okay, we don't need to waste a whole lot of time with them because we've got more things that we need to start getting in line and prepared with, which is what you see a lot of the men of the Lord doing. They're trying to instruct you and tell you that we have things that we got to get prepared for I was just listening to Anwar Gabar from GMS out of Chicago. He was teaching and doing a lesson on the fact that we got an EMP that might be ready to hit us soon. If you don't know what an EMP is, then you need to find out, okay? Because this is important, you know? If we get an electromagnetic pulse, I'll say it for you, an EMP. If we get some form of an electromagnetic pulse, it's going to knock out all power. That's right. You won't be able to do anything. You won't be seeing us on there talking to you about this. You won't have any form of measure to keep yourself from sitting in the dark. Now, clearly we know already that those that work on the left-hand side, they are already in the dark. That's why they can't get the breakdowns right. That's why they can't understand the process of the MOTB. They can't understand anything that has to do with the number of the 666 number of the beast, or whatever you want to slash and call it. They don't get charagma understanding. Now, because they don't, they've been blocked. They've been spiritually blocked. It's Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushua that's doing this to them. This is what their lot is. They're supposed to be bugged out. That's it. They have to participate in this end time prophetic transition period that brings forth the cleansing, the purification process. They are part of the bugged out portion that has to participate in the cleansing. They have to perform their part. Just like Esau, Edom, and his wickedness has to perform his part. They're all puppetized to that degree. So we can't waste a whole lot of time messing with them when we got other things we need to teach the elect, the clues and the information that they need to pick up on from the foundation of the world. When Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushua and your spirit individually had a meeting with Yahawah and Yahushua in the presence of the angels before you were put in the form of this flesh, and you agreed to follow and fulfill the mission. Now, in the portion of following and fulfilling your mission, you were giving an opportunity to appear here many times, okay? The times that you appeared here are those regenerated periods of time that people also call what? Reincarnation. You've been here many times before. Hey, Tina Marie, okay, you heard the song. If you don't know it, look it up, play it. Maybe it'll give you a clue. Clues, what are we talking about? Clues. You're supposed to pick up on the clues to stay on mission to do your part and do your job. Many, many, many parts of Yahawashi Hamashiach, mirroring the Hamashiach. If you're not mirroring the Hamashiach, then you're working on the left-hand side. It's not that hard to figure out. If you're not mirroring the Mashiach, you're working on and for the left-hand side of Yahawah Ba'Shem Yahushua. Now, okay, I'm not saying that that's not an important role, because everybody's role is important. The wicked has a role, the righteous have a role, and those that are fortified in between have a role for both portions of how they have to bring it out. That's the nature of the situation. We know this is the case. If you're not staying in the truth, if you're not operating from the accuracy of the truth, then you are operating on the left-hand side. It's just as simple as that, okay? You are employed on that side, okay? All right, I'm going to get ready to finish this commentary, but let me say this in my parting before we jump into scriptures and start breaking down. The Most High created he declared the end from the beginning and the beginning from the end. That means nothing is left out. Not me, not you, not any of the bug outs, not anything else. He already determined we win at the end. So the bug outs, they're going to do what they do. All right. Now, clear indications of how you know who you're dealing with that is a messed up, bugged out, actual entity operating on the left-hand side under that level of employment. Here, first and foremost, the sacred name. The sacred name is built from creation because it is creation. Yahawah, that name is the love that he is. Why is it love? Because all of what he created was created from the love he has for his creation. Do you understand? Yahawah, he is the love. He is creation. He's continuously in this process, which means that his love is his name. His name is his love. If you don't have his name, you don't have his love. If you don't have his sacred name, you do not have his love. Same goes for YAHAWAH'S that measures poured down to his son. If you do not know the sacred name, you do not have the higher love of Yahawah Ba'Shem YAHAWAH'S, which is what he's looking for. He's looking for praise, worship, and prayer. It's the culmination of the higher love. That's what he's looking for. If you're not using the sacred name all the time and not deviating from it, and anytime you teach, preach, or whatever you're doing, if you don't use disclaimers to bring out the fact that all the rest of the bywords and these awkward words and things that they've been using to create a narrative of confusion and disarray, those don't apply to the sacred name. They don't match up. If that's what you believe in, if you think you're a byword, if you think you black, if you think you African American, if you think you any of the bywords that the perfect wicked weapon was set up to bring forth and put out in the world, then you work for the left-hand side. You're on that payroll, on that side. You're not on the right-hand side where we're trying to go and get to. That's not where you are. If you believe you're one of those particular types of derivatives of understanding, that's the side you work on over there. And that's where you are, and you're going to be there, especially this late in the game. So we got to understand that Yahawah Ba'Shem YAHAWAH'S, that is a full complement. Yahawah, that he is the love. Ba'Shem, that is the marker upon how you identify the worship and the praise through YAHAWAH'S. Let me say it again for the spiritually retarded so they can get it right. Yahawah, he is the love, the higher love. Ba'Shem, that is the marker that's identifying what the love is and who is involved in bringing the understanding of the love to the Father, who is YAHAWAH'S. That brings you to worship and to praise. I've said this many times before. You pray, and when you pray and you worship and praise, it goes to YAHAWAH'S and gets filtered to Yahawah the Father. If he doesn't accept what you're bringing, then you don't love him enough. I'm not sorry. I'm telling you, if he doesn't send it up to the Father, you don't love him enough. Most High even says in his word, he don't listen to sinners' prayers. So there you have it. Okay, so now that we understand what we're dealing with, we can reprove and move. Let's get into the scriptures because we need to break this in and break it down. And that's where we're going. Hey, if you don't like what I said, I don't care. Okay? This is the way it is. All right. We're going to start in Ezekiel because I want to finish this out before I get into the beginning and the end. We can bring out preferably a lot of scriptures that bring to that point. So let's get to it. All right. This is in response to and limited to bringing information about why we don't have to deal with predetermined bug outs that have to fulfill their mission because they've already been covered. In Ezekiel chapter 20 tells you about that. Okay, now I can start way up at the top, and I'm going to start about at verse 9. Well, I could go higher. I mean, just make sure you go to Ezekiel chapter 20 and read the whole chapter, because this will help you to have have an immunity to these freaking bug outs, man. Because you'll know right here what he's saying. This is fortified immunity in Ezekiel 20. Okay. Okay, let's start here. Seven. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 7. Then said I unto them, cast ye away every man the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am Yahweh, your power. But they rebelled against me and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither did they forsake the idols of Egypt, which is where we are in spiritual Egypt right now. And then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the midst of the land of this Babylonian place we are, Egypt. But I wrought for my name's sake. Oh, man. I wrought for my name's sake that I should not be polluted before the heathen, among whom they were, in whose sight I made myself known unto them, in bringing them forth out of the land. Now, he said he's going to bring us from the north and bring us out again. But a lot of you dark nano nigger devils is going to go into the wilderness, and guess what you're not going to get? You're not going to get a nice surprise. We're going to get to it, okay? All right. All right, wherefore I caused them to go forth out of the land of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness. This is the wilderness where we are right now in this Babylonian time. And I gave them my statutes and showed them my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am Yahweh that sanctified them. And now you can tell that the bug outs that don't even get the Sabbaths right, because they think it's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. When the Sabbath was being brought forth during the time when the language was pure Paleo-Hebrew, which we try to bring forth and explain to you today, there was no days of the weeks. What are you talking about? What is this stuff you're talking about? See, you try to come with truth, and then you go 50 feet off the ground way over here to the left where you're all messed up. Okay, fine. You understand. No, please. Okay. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walked not in my statutes, and they despised my judgments, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbaths they greatly polluted. Then I said I would pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness to consume them. But I wrought for my name's sake that I should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out, right? Yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I would not bring them into the land which I had given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Because they despised my judgments and walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbaths, for their heart went after their idols. And you can tell because they're always calling out Caesar Borgia and all those demons, and they don't respect the Most High. Nevertheless, my eyes spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness. But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. So a lot of these young bug outs who think that they've got the truth, and then they go to some other bug outs that are elderly from them, and they call them their elderlies, and then they go away from the true elders that gave them the truth, that they got it from the beginning. They know they got this stuff from One West in the beginning. They know that GMS broke away from that when they were going through that controversy and brought forth the accuracy of the truth. And they know they have it from there. Where else would they get it from? And then what do? They rebel. So they go to some other bugged out fathers and they go follow them, and then they're all messed up. So this is where they are at this time. And okay, all right. 19, I am Yahweh, your power. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. And hallow my Sabbath, and they shall be a sign between me and you, and ye may know that I am Yahweh, your power. Notwithstanding, the children rebelled against me. They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgments to do them, which is, if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbaths. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness. Now, the Most High had already said this through YAHAWAH'S 3 times. 3 times he's repeating this, which means you're getting your ass kicked because you will not respect his sacred name. So you got to go through this. Okay. 22. Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake. Again, he's saying that, see, the name's sake. So I'm saying you can't get past that. If you don't respect and call upon the namesake, you're not working for him on the right-hand side, okay? That it should not be polluted in the sight of heathen, in whose sight I brought them out forth. I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen and disperse them through the countries, because they had not executed my judgments, but had despised my statutes and had polluted my Sabbaths, and their eyes were after their fathers' idols. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live. See, so he already gave you strong delusion, and he bugs you out, and that's where you are, and that's where you have been at this time. Okay, 26. And I polluted them in their own gifts, in that they caused to pass through the fire all that openeth the womb, that I might make them desolate to the end, that they might know that I am Yahweh. Now, how did they cause the offspring to go through the fire? By sacrificing them to these idols, by teaching them to worship in these whorehouses that they presented, by having them walk around and call upon Jesus Christ and Christ, most Christ, high Christ, blessed, whatever the hell they're saying. And then they're doing all this. And this is what's all bugged out about them. And that's why they're causing their children to go through the fire. They're not teaching anybody anything. Okay? All right. Therefore, Son of man, speak unto the house of Israel and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, yet in this your fathers have blasphemed me. What did you do? You're blaspheming his name, in that they have committed a trespass against me. For when I had brought them, into the land for the which I lifted up my hand to give it to them, then they saw every high hill and all thick trees, and they offended their sacrifices. And there they presented the provocation of their offering. There also they made their sweet savor and pour out their drink offering. See, he didn't even want that. He polluted all of that. And I said unto them, what is this high place whereunto ye go? Question. And the name thereof is called Baam, unto this day. Wherefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh, are ye polluted after the manner of your fathers? Question. And commit ye whoredoms after their abominations? Question. Of course they are. For when ye offer up your gifts, when ye make your sons to pass through the fire, ye pollute yourselves with all your idols, even unto this day, and shall I be acquired of by you, O house of Israel? Question. Why are you asking the Father? As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will not be inquired by you, and that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. So he's already set you off to be in that way, and you're all messed up right now. 33. And see, the Most High is going to restore, but you're going to pay for, 33. As I live, saith Yahweh power, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Now, when the Most High says he's going to bring you into the wilderness and plead with you face to face, you're going to get an ass whooping. This is what he's saying. He don't need to beg you or ask you for anything. You're his creation. You're not his. You are not his creation. You are his. He's not your creation. You are his creation. So you are going to be pleaded with, okay? Face to face. 36. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith Yahweh power. You know how he pleaded with them? 40 years they got to walk around until they all died off, all in bug outs, okay? All right? All right, 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. Now, when you pass under the rod, you have to pass under the rod of perfection. You have to be purified. If you're not going to be purified, you ain't passing under that rod of perfection. He's going to take that rod and he's going to whoop your you-know-what with it, okay? 38, and I will purge, see, here we go, and I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me, and I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. 39, as for you, O house of Israel, thus saith Yahweh power, go ye, serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts and with your idols. Okay? Now, see, that's working for the left-hand side of the Most High's power, and that's the side you're on, predetermined. 40, for in mine holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith Yahweh power, there shall all the house of Israel and all of them in the land serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and first fruits of your oblation with all your holy things. See, this is what he's looking for. You're looking for that praise, worship, and prayer. This is the oblation he's looking for. 41, I will accept you with your sweet savor when I bring you out of the people and gather you out of the countries wherein ye have been scattered, and I will be sanctified in you before the heathen. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh when I shall bring you into the land of Israel, into the country for which I lifted up my hand to give it to your fathers. Okay? And there shall ye remember your ways and all your doings wherein ye have been defiled, and ye shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for all your evils that ye have committed. Now, why don't they loathe themselves now? Because they're spiritually blocked. So they don't know to loathe themselves at this point. What does loathe mean? It means you should look at yourself as a piece of, you know what drops out on the ground from animals, okay? I don't even need to tell you. You should really look at it that way, okay? That's why you should loathe yourself. 44, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh when I have wrought with you for my name's sake. See, keeps telling you his namesake, how important that is, okay? The sacred namesake, not according to your wicked ways, nor according to your corrupt doings, O ye house of Israel, saith Yahweh power. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face towards the south, and drop thy word towards the south, and prophesy against the forest of the south field. Okay? Why? Because there's so much wickedness in this portion of that left-hand side that the Most High is getting fed up with. That stuff's raising up to heaven, and he's had enough. Okay? 47, and say unto the forest of the south, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I will kindle a fire in thee, and it shall devour every green tree and every dry tree. The flaming flame shall not be quenched, and all faces from the south to the north shall be burned therein. See, the Most High is a consuming fire, and when he brings that nuclear fire, he's going to bring it from north, south, east, and west, okay? 48, and all flesh shall see that Yahweh have kindled it, and it shall not be quenched. Then saith I, Yahweh power, they say of me, doeth he not speak parables? Yes, he does, but he's speaking truth right now for you devils that don't understand what's going on. That covers that. Let's break it in. Let's get into he determined the end from the beginning and the beginning from the end. We're going to go to Isaiah. Go with me, chapter 46. And we're going to go from there. We're going to read, I like 10. All right. declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will do all my pleasure. I've said it to you all over and over again. In the most all things, there's nothing that it doesn't get past his control. If he didn't control all things, he would not be omnipotent. He would not be all powerful. So you have to completely understand this, including the ones that are on that other side doing what they're doing. He's got them doing what he's got them doing because that's his purpose for doing this to them. Okay, that's what he wants, and that's what he's doing. Okay, let's go to right here while we're in Isaiah. Let's go back down to 41, and I want 4. Who hath wrought and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, Yahweh, the first, and with the last. I am he. See? Nobody that Yahweh created, no entity that Yahweh the Father created through Yahweh Shai can go past what he set in motion. Everything he said he's doing, he is going to have it fulfilled. It's not going to come back void. Okay, let's make sure we understand that. Okay, and why is that? Because in 55:8, we're going to read why. Okay, all right, 55:8. He says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. Why? Because he told you, he said, seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. That's verse 6. Okay? Right? Why? Also because verse 5. Because thou shalt call a nation that thou knowest not, and nation that knew not thee shall run unto thee because of Yahweh thy power, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he hath glorified thee. The Holy One of Israel, not anybody else, not any other culture, not any other created people, only for Israel. Okay? And going down to, I did 10. I did 11. 9, right? For as heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Okay? In other words, and he's saying here, 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. See, I told you that earlier. Okay? But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. For ye shall go out with joy, but be led forth with peace, and the mountains and the hills shall break forth before you into singing, praise, and worship. All his creation praises and worships him. What the hell is your problem? Okay? And all the trees in the field shall clap their hands. See, that's a metaphor for the nations of Israel waking up, of course, because trees can't clap because they don't have hands. So get a clue and understand. Instead of the thorn shall come up the fir tree, and instead of the briar shall come up the myrtle tree, and it shall be to Yahweh for a name, for an everlasting sign that shall not be cut off. So if you pay attention, do what he said do, be obedient, and get prepared to handle things, then you won't be sitting in the damn dark. Or maybe you want to sit in the dark because that's where the bug outs are. So maybe you want to join them. Okay. All right. While I'm here, I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Ecclesiastes. Was it 3? Yeah, 3:11. I think I got that one. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning to the end. Let me say that again, just so we can, I'll say it slow, so we can really get to the spiritually retarded that may have come upon this channel and said, wait a minute, let's stop and hear this because I ain't heard this before. But let's give it to you one more time, because I know that you struggle with this stuff, some of you. So let's get unblocked for a minute. Praise, worship, and pray that the Most High removes some scales so you can you can become unretarded, if there's such a word. And let's get it down. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Whose time? The Most High's time. All the time belongs to him. All things, right? Right? In his time, as he said. Also, he has set the world in their heart. What does that mean? If he set the world in his heart, he's talking about the world of Israel and only us. And in what he set in our heart from the beginning was the truth, as he breathed the breath of life into Adam, which was the first measure of bringing him into the priesthood and giving him the law. Okay, let's get it straight. Okay. All right, in his heart, so that no man can find out the work that Yahweh maketh from the beginning. That's the mystery I was talking about before, about the things in that lesson I did on the things that are not known, the mystery of things not known. Go to the lesson; it got a lot of this in there. Okay, just wanted to break that out to you. Okay, I want to go to Revelation. No, before I go to Revelation, let me go to Matthew. Classic Matthew. This is my. Of course, we got to hit some classics. Matthew chapter 24 and 36. Go there with me. Matthew 24 and 36. And this is Yahushua speaking for the Father, obviously. But of this day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. What is he telling you? No one can stop what he set in motion. No one can stop what he set in motion. Not Yahushua, not the angels. They don't know. Only Yahweh. What does that tell you? Where's your love got to go? How high does your love have to go? Why did Yahushua tell you lost your first love? He said this in Revelation 2:9-3:9 about the churches or the Israelites that have got a clue and figured out that they need to go back to their first love. That's what he said. So you're supposed to go back to your first love. Nothing is above that. If you got anything above that, you're finished. And why? Because let's go to Revelation, where Most High Yahushua talked about that exactly, and who he is and what he represents. And we go into Revelation, and we go into Revelation 22. All right. Revelation 22 and 13. And it reads, he says, I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. He's been giving you the identification of the fact that the Most High has already set everything in motion. Everything that's going on with all of anybody that's doing whatever is already set in motion. It's nothing that's going to stop it. And him being the Alpha, I mean, he was the first one of Yahweh, the Father who he created, the first thing he did. And then the Omega presents the fact that he is the one who will finish the prophecies at the end when everything is fulfilled. That's the Omega. He doesn't have an ending to his existence. He's just going to end the prophecy for the Father. That is his role. Make sure you understand that and stop being spiritually retarded. Because when people hear that he is the Alpha and Omega, they say, oh, well, he's the beginning and the end. The end of what? If you don't know, you need to get a freaking clue or a few clues. Okay. All right. Now, I could go into a couple more precepts in this final message that Yahushua brings to the world. But, you know, I charge you and challenge you to go read this portion of it. And I gave you 13 because that was what the Spirit gave me to give to you today. So I'm going to not deviate or belabor or go off what he told me to do. So, you know, you're going to have to just deal with that. But while we're going, we're going to just go ahead and pop back to the Old Testament, as they call it, in Jeremiah. We're going to Jeremiah, and we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 29, because I got something to read there for you. Jeremiah 29 and 11 is what I was given to go with. So Jeremiah 29 and 11. And it reads, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." Now, the reason why I brought that one in, well, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua gave me that one, is because I gave you the first portion of the lesson that basically talked to you about reprimanding you and reproving you for not picking up on the clues that are necessary for you to move in this prophetic timeline that will allow you to pick up clues and prepare to go through the tribulation period. I've done multiple lessons where I continue to tell you that the Most High has always given us directives on what to do prior to his wrath coming down full force, okay? I don't understand, other than the fact that spiritual blockages apply to all of those who are bringing the message forward, why they're not expounding on the preparation part of the process. Preparation is in everything that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua does. The Most High Father, he prepared everything that he did in terms of making and bringing forth his creation. Why would you believe that you just have to just sit and just have the faith only and the prayer only and don't do anything? Even your understanding of faith says you have to have works. You have to have works. Show me your faith, and I'll show you my works. Show me your works, and I'll show you my faith. Well, you see, it coincides together. You don't leave out one. The process of showing faith and works and work and faith, that's a preparation process. You have to prepare in order to do that. So the Most High tells you have to prepare. So he's got good things for you. And he even shows you here, when I read to you here in Jeremiah 29:11, he says, this is a preparation process. What the hell is wrong with you? You gonna sit around and not prepare for anything? Really? Read it again. 11, Jeremiah 29. "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you." If he knows the thoughts he thinks towards you, he's preparing something. Damn. Saith Yahweh, thoughts of peace. He's preparing peace for you. Okay? What else? Thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. If something is expected, it has to be prepared. The hell? Man, boy, I tell you, this should not be hard to understand. All right? All right. Psalms. I know. Sometimes I don't know. Let's go to Psalms chapter 16. All right. Psalm 16. There's so much in Psalms I could bring out. And I'm going to bring out quite a few of them. Psalm 16, and give me 5. Yahweh is the portion of mine inheritance and of my cup. Thou maintainest my lot. Another level of preparation. Who is your portion? Yahweh is the portion of mine inheritance. What is an inheritance? An inheritance is something that has been prepared. Has it not? And of my cup, got a cup. Why you got a cup? Put something in it. Thou maintainest my lot. That means what? Your ass can earn this if you do what he says. Be obedient. All right, let's get the next one. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Ye, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless Yahweh, who hath given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. What? Sounds like preparation to me. I have set Yahweh always before me, because he is my right hand, not the left. Okay? And I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. Okay? Neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of my life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. See, preparation. Don't be a spiritual dumbass. Oh, man. Job 14. Next. Go with me. Okay? We're going to Job. We're going to 14. All right? And 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. He's already made determinations on everything already. Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stock thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of the water it will bud and bring forth burrows like a plant. But man dieth and wasteth away. Ye men giveth up the ghost of the spirit. And where is he? Question. As the waters fall from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not, till the heavens be no more. They shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time and remember me. See, rejuvenation. Okay. If a man die, shall he live again? Question. All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes. Preparation. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to work of thine hands. For now thou numberest my steps. Wait a minute. He's numbering your steps, which means he predetermines everything you do, even the crazy ones. Okay. For now thou numberest my steps. Doest thou not watch over my sin? My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and thou showest up my iniquity. And surely the mountain falling cometh to naught, and the rock is removed out of his place. The waters where the stones were washed away, and things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man. Thou prevailest forever against him, and he passeth. Thou changeth his countenance and sendeth him away. This is what he's doing to you messed up jokers. His sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not, and they brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn. If you ain't mourning now, you know you got pain. I got pain. We all got pain. It's a damn pain in the ass to be in this pain. But that's the nature of where we are. There's no way you're going to get away from it. Proverbs 139. So join me there for that. Where am I at? Go back. Was it what? No, that must have been something. That must have been song. So I wrote it down wrong. Shalaki. Let me see. Oh, Proverbs 19. What am I talking about? Proverbs 19. Shalaki. Proverbs 19. 21. And it reads, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord of Yahweh that shall stand. The desire of a man is his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. Okay? For all those who say they didn't get the truth from somewhere where they know they got it. Okay? The fear of Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. Okay? A slothful man hideth his hand in his bosom and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. All right? 25, smite a scorner, and the simple will beware. And reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge. Reprove one that hath understanding, and he will understand knowledge. He that wasteth his father and chaseth away his mother is a son that causeth shame and bringeth reproach. 27, cease my son to hear the instruction that causeth to err from the words of knowledge. An ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. Okay? Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. Let me read that last one again, in case you didn't hear it. Judgments are prepared for scorners, scoffers, and stripes for the backs of fools. You know, spiritually retarded people, for the most part. All right? All right, let's jump into the New Testament. We're going to go to John chapter 16. Join me there. We're getting ready to shut this down. We're not going to try to be too long. I know y'all don't like it when I do long lessons, but you know what? I don't care. So, because I just do what the Spirit tells me to do. John chapter 16, verse 13, and it reads, howbeit when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth, for he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you all things to come. Which very simply means if you saying stuff that's the doctrines of devils and you all messed up and you don't understand the process in terms of the cleansing and the purification that's happening, then this applies to you. This does apply to you because the Spirit is not working with you. You on the left-hand side working on the opposite side of the Spirit. Okay, we're going to John chapter 10. We're getting ready to wrap it up. And John 10, 28, this is all this is YAHAWAH'S in the mix here, okay, for those who don't know. John chapter 10, verse 28, and it reads, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. 29, my Father which gave them me is greater than all. Now, the Father gave them to YAHAWAH. So all you bugged out individuals that talk about trinities and the Most High is the same as the Son, you're out of your mind, all right? Just forget about it, all right? And my Father which gave them to me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. And I and my Father are one. The same mindset, retarded people, not the same entity, okay? Just so you know. All right, where we at? I want to go into Matthew chapter 6, 33, and it reads, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So if you're trying to hold on to things here, if you think you're going to fight against the perfect wicked weapon, which is Esau Edom, then you know you work for the left-hand side and you're going to be over there with him. All right, so go ahead and do that if you want to, because it ain't going to work. All right, Romans 8:28. And it reads, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called according to his purpose. Now, you can be called to be on the left-hand side, and you can be called to be on the right-hand side. We can easily see which side you're on. That's not confusing at all. Now, and why? Because we're going to talk to you about it in Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10. And it reads, "For we are his workmanship, created in Yahawashi, Hamashiach Yahawashi, unto good works, which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them." He foreordained you to be on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. If you're doing good works, you ain't on the left-hand side. If you're doing bugged out works, you on the left-hand side. If you're doing good works, you on the right-hand side, not on the left-hand side. And and read again. All right. Ephesians 2:10, "For we are his workmanship, created in Hamashiach Yahawashi, unto good works, which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them." Okay? And of course, we always get this next one, which is 11. "Wherefore remember that ye being in time past scattered Israelites called Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision, because you were bugged out like the ones that are doing the bugged outness now, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands." Just wanted to drop that in there on you so that you know that you need to understand that. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back to the Old Testament for a minute before we get out of this and pop a couple of these here because we have a few to get. We're going to go to Psalms. What is it? Shalaki. On Proverbs. I'm going to Proverbs. Let me go back here. I'm going to Proverbs. What do I want? Proverbs 3. Okay. So go with me to Proverbs 3. And we are going to read precept 5 and 6. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And it reads, "Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." 7, "Be not wise in thine own eyes, fear Yahweh, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Honor Yahweh with thy substance, and with the first fruits of all thine increase." All right, that's who gets the honor. Okay, now I'm going. All right, Shalaki. Now I'm going to Psalms 118. Join me there, and we want 8. "It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in princes. All nations compassed me about, but in the name of Yahweh will I destroy them." David ain't playing, okay? He's got it going. I called upon Yahweh in distress, and Yahweh answered me and set me in a large place. 6, "Yahweh is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?" All right. And let's see, we got one more and we can finish out. And this is Psalms 31. So we're going to go there. Psalms 31. And we want 14 and 15. All right, let's pop up a little bit further to 13. "For I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh. I said, thou art my power. Mine, 15, my times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of mine enemies and from them that persecute me. 16, make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake. Let me not be ashamed, O Yahweh, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. Thou shalt hide them in the secret, Shalaki. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in the pavilion from the strife of tongues. 21, blessed be Yahweh, for he hath showed me his marvelous kindness in a strong city. 22, for I said in my haste, I am cut off from before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplication, which I cried unto. O, I love Yahweh, O ye his saints, for Yahweh preserveth the faithful, and plentiful rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in Yahweh. Kohlo Yahweh Ashir Yahweh Bashir Rakakadas Shalaki Yahweh Shalaki Yahweh, for my sins as I cry. Baba Kashai Yahweh, for your mercy all the time. Wada Yahweh, for upon every time. Baba Kashai Yahweh, for your love every time. Oh Lord Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh, Baba Kashai Yahweh, for your mercy by and by. Call Yahweh, Vashim Yahweh.